Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Insane World 7. Animal Dung. Animal dung has been used for years as fertilizer by farmers wishing to enhance their soil quality. My 13-year-old niece has quite a little side business selling her pet rabbit's poop to people who will use it to fertilize their gardens. The small round pellets make it easy to add to pots. Apparently, there is a market for everything nowadays, but dung isn't only used for fertilizer, it can also be used as a fuel source. In the 1970s, the ethnographer Carol Kramer found that people in parts of Iran actually bought dung from one another, just as we continue to do today in the form of manure for fertilizer. She reasoned that animal dung was an important part of the transition of the hunter-gatherer society to settlements in the Neolithic Middle East. When the dung is dried, it burns far longer than wood does alone. Number 6. Soapstone. The use of soapstone as a heating source has been utilized for centuries. Native Americans carved bowls out of soapstone to cook their food. In the mid-1800s, people used soapstone as bed and feet warmers. The stone would be placed near the fire to heat up. Once it was cool enough to touch, the stone would be rubbed along the mattress and then stuck at the end of the bed. The stone's residual heat would keep the person's feet warm throughout the night. Soapstone has amazing heat conductive properties, which is what made it so beneficial to our ancestors. This dense stone is able to retain and radiate heat extremely well, making it an ideal heating source. Its density also allows it to be reheated over and over without breaking like some other stones do. Number 5. Subterranean homes. Icelanders have found a unique way of dealing with extreme cold and lack of usable timber. For years, they have been creating under or subterranean homes built of a simple stone or wood frame. Once the frame was created, they would then layer turf over the frame to create insulation. The subterranean home is naturally heated by pulling the soil around it, acting most as a blanket since the home is built partially or fully underground. There is also less temperature variance due to its protection from the elements such as rain, snow, and wind. Number 4. Passive solar. Passive solar was also used in conjunction and separately from subterranean homes throughout history. In underground homes, the northern walls of the house were submerged while the southern-facing exposure was open to light, thereby capturing the heat and warming the inside of the home passively. Passive solar heating has also been utilized on its own since it was first invented by the Chinese in 4000 BC. They found that the southern placement of the home's doors allowed the lowly slanted winter sun to warm the homes as much as possible. In the 1980s, a study was conducted by the National Renewable Energy Lab that studied Chinese buildings. 3. Compost. Rural farmers in China have been using heat production by composting over 2,000 years. They did this by digging a trench, filling it with manure, and then covering it with topsoil where they would plant their vegetables. This use of hotbeds allowed the farmers to extend their planting seasons in the spring and fall for 1 to 2 months due to the heat produced by microbes in the compost. This went even further in the 1970s when Jean Pain claimed that he could do something totally different. He created a paint mound which consisted of brushwood with water-filled tubing throughout the compost to allow for heat exchange. Payne was able to heat his farmhouse's water for 6 months with his compost heat by circulating the water from the compost to a cast iron heater. 2. Hood chair. The hood chair was created in 16th century France for the use of porters who often needed to remain near the drafty front door of the home. If you're like me and don't know what a hood chair is, it's a chair where the top forms a rounded shape so the sitter is protected from cold air. It is traditionally composed of wicker, wood, or sometimes even velvet or leather. If one is sitting near a fireplace, as they usually were in the winter, the chair provides insulation by holding heat in the back and sides of the chair. Although these chairs have fallen out of fashion with the end of porters, maybe they will someday be revitalized as a radiant heat source in households. 1. Hibernation. Hibernation is one of the most surprising ways that may have helped our ancestors survive the winter before the invention of electricity. Cima de los Huesos in northern Spain is a cave of great archaeological importance due to the large number of Neanderthal bones discovered there. The fossilized bones found at this site show lesions similar to those remaining in the bones of other hibernating mammals. These fossils also showed seasonal variation suggestive of bone growth being halted for months out of each year. This implies that early hominids were not able to store enough body fat to survive extremely harsh temperatures for extended periods. Due to this, they went into a metabolic state or hibernation mode that allowed them to get through those long winters. This hibernation is what caused the disturbance in bone development. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.